So that's the reason we will be writing it like this. When right arrow key is pressed, change the x coordinate by some numbers. So if you want to move it faster, you can write more number over here. If you want to move it slow, you can write less numbers over here. So right now let's keep it x by 10. Plus 10 it is because you're moving the right direction. Now to move the left direction, I'll again right click on this, duplicate. Because the programming is same, so I just copy pasted the code. Now here instead of right arrow key, you will have to select left arrow key, and x coordinate is going to change, that's for sure. But here x coordinate will change by negative numbers because you're moving the left direction. So here let's write down minus 10. Are we clear with this thing? It's quite simple. You're just moving left and right by changing the x coordinate. So when right arrow key is pressed, what all thing you want that sprite should do, you have to write it that below that header. Now we are doing all this program inside the bowl. So do you think egg will also move? No, egg will not move right now. Only the bowl is going to move because we have programmed only for the bowl sprite. Let's test it. I'm pressing right arrow key. Can you all see my bowl is going right side? When I press the left arrow key, my left code is getting highlighted also. And you can see my left side bowl is moving. So this is how the programming works, left and right. You can move your bowl. If you want to move it faster, you can write more number over here. So if I write 20 minus 20, you can see how fast it is moving now. It's going to cover more distance. Simple term, it's going to cover 20 coordinates. So it's going to move by 20 coordinates. So you're moving little faster. You're taking a bigger step. That's it. Clear with this much? It's quite easy. Okay. Now we have to program the egg part. Now if you go to the egg, you can see the coding which we did it for the left and right. It is not on the egg because for all this sprite you do a separate coding, right? So for the bowl, whatever coding you have done, it's there inside the bowl sprite itself. Now for the egg, you have the separate page. It's like everybody's having a different book. Suppose you have a different book, you can write any note you want. Your friend will have a different book, notebook. The friend can write whatever they want. So it's separate book for separate sprite. So whatever you are writing inside the bowl, you will not get inside the egg. Now for the egg, what program we have to do? All the program, whatever is there, it's there inside the egg sprite. It's quite easy to understand, not difficult. Let's go step by step. Now here, what all things I want, let's imagine what was happening first. Egg was falling down. Okay, so let's just do one step. Eggs falling down. So for that, what I want to do, my game was starting, egg started falling down when I clicked on the green flag. So event palette, you have to take this block when green flag is clicked. As soon as the green flag is clicked, what I wanted, the egg should fall down from top to bottom. So let's do that programming. Now falling from top to bottom is related to the x coordinate or the y coordinate. You can answer yourself. It's falling from top to bottom. Again, I'm repeating. It's vertical line. So egg has to change the y coordinate or the x coordinate. Answer is it is going to change the y coordinate because it is vertical. So here we have to write down program that the y coordinate is going to change and it is going to go down. So let's just write a program. Let's change y coordinate by some numbers. Now, will it be positive numbers or the negative numbers? Because we are going down. Y coordinate is having positive numbers on the top side and the negative numbers on the bottom side. Center point is 0. So we are going from positive to negative side. So we have to reduce. So it will be minus 10. Let's keep it minus 10 for now. Now if I click on the green flag, you can see egg is just going down by minus 10 whenever I click on the green flag. Is it going continuously? No. If you want to go continuously, what will you write? First, you will write forever block if you want to repeat any program again and again. So we are writing forever block. Let's see one by one what is happening. If I click on the green flag, you can see egg is falling down. It reached the bottom and program is still running because we have done it inside the forever block. So this is also wrong. And I have only one egg right now which is falling down. That will not work. We want continuously eggs were falling down. We have only one egg sprite. So do you think I had taken hundreds of eggs, right? No, that is not possible. Again, after 100, you will stop, right? You will not have more further eggs. So here, what are we doing? We are making the clones. Last class, we have learned about the making of clones. So how do you make clones? Here we have program for making clones. Inside the control panel, you have create clone of myself. So first of all, I'm just separating this code. Whenever green flag is clicked, first I will create the clone. The clone has to fall down. Who is falling down? My original sprite is not falling down. The clones are falling down. Okay, keep a note of this thing. If you make the original sprite fall down, you have only one sprite, so that is not possible. Original sprite will stay on the top line. That means the original sprite ऊपर ही रहने वाला है. The eggs are going to fall down. Okay, the clones of that egg is going to fall down basically. So I'm creating clone. Now I want my clones to fall down, so this program will come inside the header when I start as a clone. So whenever I create a clone, I want my clone to fall down. Okay, so let's check this much. Now if I click on the green flag, still I cannot see the clone because my original sprite is already at the bottom. So first you need to program to move your original sprite on the top line. So at the beginning, you will have to first inform the sprite that go to the top line. So for that, I'm going to take X and Y coordinate. X coordinate and the Y coordinate, you have to think what will come. It is on the top line. So my Y coordinate is fixed, that I want my original X should be always on the top. What is the extreme Y coordinate? We have 182 minus 180. Okay, so here I'm going to write down plus 180 because that is the top coordinate you can see. So what happened right now, if you notice, my egg is on the top line and my clone is falling down because we created only one clone right now. We have not put that create clone of myself inside the forever block. Right now we just created only one clone. Now if you see, you can see the original sprite also, you can see the clone also. But do you think you should be keeping the original egg visible? No, you should not keep it visible. Only the clones which is falling, they should be visible, right? So for that you have the looks palette. In this you have the hide and show block. What do you want to show? Clones. So this will keep it below clones falling down. Okay, this is for programming for clones falling down. So before clones fall down, we have to keep it show, and hide will be here before at the beginning of the code. Are we clear with this much? Let's just check it. When I click on the green flag, my clone was visible, but now my original sprite is not visible. Again I do it. Green flag is click, you can see the clone is visible. Now after this, what I want to do, my clone right now is falling only from one position. It should be coming from anywhere between left and right. Okay, so what is changing continuously? My y coordinate is fixed, it is on the top. So if you want to do variation between left and right position, then your x position is not fixed. So can I write only one number over here in the x position? No, you cannot write. You will have to give the range between this x coordinate. Clone can come anywhere. Your egg can move anywhere in between that particular range of x position. So how do you give range anywhere if you want to give? You go to the operators. Here you have the range block. Like you can pick random number between 1 to 10. Right now it is given 10 over here, but you can write any name over any numbers over here as per your choice. So do we want to give range only between 1 to 10? No, we want to give any full range between the x coordinate. Now what is the x coordinate limit we have on the scratch? That is plus 242 minus 240. Now, do you think we should give the corner coordinates? No, we should not give. Otherwise, what will happen? Your eggs might go in the corner, extreme corners. So that we don't want to give. We will leave little space in between. So here I'm going to write down plus 222 minus 220. What is the full range? Plus 242 minus 240. But we are leaving the edge. So we are giving the range as plus 222 minus 220. So when you're playing any games, you must have noticed that the things doesn't go extreme in the corner, right? When you're playing any kind of a game, it can be Candy Crush or Ninja game or whatever game, Subway Surf, any game you play, things doesn't go half inside and half outside, right? Your characters doesn't go half inside the screen and half you can see. So that's the reason we are leaving a little space outside. Are we clear till here? Anyone, any doubt? Just a second. I'm stopping my screen sharing. I can see Balbharti school is doing, I guess, in the laboratory, right? Computer lab. Are you guys doing it? Balbharti school, Dwarka. Okay. Children are able to do it with me, or am I going fast? Should I wait for 2 minutes for you to finish? If you want me to wait for 2 minutes, show me thumbs up. Any other children doing along with me? Anyone else doing with me? If possible, see, I'm requesting the school teachers and school authorities that if possible they can do it in the computer lab. It will be good because this is a practical learning thing, so it is going to be a great experience for the children. So again, I'm sharing my screen. Balbhati school, you can try. If you have not done, you can finish whatever I have done till now. Don't target only to finish the project, target to understand also. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen again. I hope everybody is understood till here. Why, which block I'm using, everything explaining properly. So still, if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Okay, don't feel shy. Now after this, what I want next, my clones are falling from random position. Let's check. We have given the range for the x coordinate. So let's check. Every time I click on the green flag, are my egg falling from different location? Right now it fall from here. Now if I click one more time, you can see it coming from here. If I keep one more time, it came from some different position. So every time you click on the green flag, you notice it that your eggs are coming from different position. That is what the actual game, right? You cannot keep it only from one side. Otherwise, game becomes very easy. Now, do we want to create clone continuously? Yes. Right now, it is creating only one. So to create the clones continuously, we should be writing this create clone of myself block inside the forever block. So let's go to the controls. Here we have forever block. So I'm keeping this inside the forever. Why I'm not keeping this two block inside the forever? Sorry. Right now, why I'm not keeping this hide block inside the forever? Do we want to inform your program again and again that you have to hide? No. Once you inform in the beginning, it's okay. Now, you are changing the position only one time, or you want to change it every time it's creating the clone? Every time, right? Whenever it's creating the clone, this should be changing the position first and then it should create the clone. So this should be inside the forever block. So this is how you should decide that which block should come inside the forever and which is not required inside the forever block. Some things you just have to inform only once. So that setting part of the game, you can say, should be only once outside the forever block. Okay. Now let's check how it works. If I click on the green flag, you can see so many clones are coming at the same time. Can you all see? So many clones are coming. So do we want the clone speed this fast? No. We should be creating clones after every few seconds. So here, can I write wait for 1 second? After it create clone one time, it's going to wait for 1 second. Then again, my program will start from this forever block that go to different position, create clone, wait for 1 second. Again, it will go here, go to different position, create clone, and wait for 1 second. So now it is going to create the clone after every 1 second. You can notice it, it's working properly now. Just notice the cloning part. Is it creating the clones properly now? Yes. Okay. So the speed is normal. You can catch the eggs properly. If you want to make it faster or slower, definitely you can decide the speed as per your choice. Now, what is next? Now comes the score part. That whenever the egg is falling inside the bowl, I want to increase the score. And if not falling inside the bowl, if it is falling down, then I want to make it look like that my egg is broken. Now, how will you show that your egg is broken? it's already there inside the costume part. We have learned it that inside the costume you can have a different look. You can see these are the different looks of egg. So here what I want to show, I want to show only the broken egg. So I'll be using the full egg, that is first costume and the second costume. So only two costume we are going to use. Here we have six costume, but we are not going to use all of them. So depending upon our requirement, we are going to use the costume. So let's see here what is happening. So when I first will do variable part now. So now what is variable? We have seen in the previous classes, I guess. You have to create a score. So how do you create variable? Variable is like a container. You keep a separate container for the score, for the speed. You must have played many games, right? You must have seen that on all the games you have the score things. When you restart the game, your score goes back to the zero, and again you start collecting the score, right? So for that, you are storing some number, you are storing some information. For that, you need to create variables. To create a variables, you have to go to the variable blocks, click on my variable. Here it will ask you what name do you want to keep for the variable. You can keep any name, but I would suggest always keep the name which is appropriate related to the coding. Now here we want to store the score. So I'm going to give the name as score, then click on OK button. So I created the variable called as a score. You can see it is visible on the screen also. In case if you don't want any variable to be visible on the screen, what you do, you can hide it from here. Right now, I want my score should be visible. So that's the reason keeping it visible on the screen. Now let's program for the score. When you restart the game, how we are restarting the game? By clicking the green flag. Initially, my score should be always zero. So I will say set my score variable to zero. Sometimes children forget to change this. This is what I've experienced it. Children always forget to change the name of the variable, and there they make a mistake. So don't forget to change the variable name. Sometimes you might be creating two, three variables in the same project. So which variable, where do you want to set? You need to first select the name also, right? So set score to zero initially. Now, how are we going to increase the score? Let's write a program over here. So when I start as a clone, my egg is falling continuously down. Now in between, if I touch the bowl, so for that what you need to do, you need to put the if condition. So here comes the if condition, like whenever I'm touching the bowl, my egg should be, stopping from there, because see, once your egg is touching the bowl, you cannot make the egg go down below the bowl, right? So for that, let's write a program. If else condition will come over here. So here, if condition, we will be writing inside the forever block. See, I'm writing the if condition. I'm just keeping this block outside for a moment. Sorry, you can just do a separate program also. Let's keep this movement wala program here only. Copy paste this code and now remove this. Put the if condition here. Show things we have already written once, so you don't need to write it again, right? Now this is all about when you create a clone. So when you create a clone, first of all, your egg is falling down continuously, and side by side, if you touch the bowl, what should happen? That's what we have to write down. So if I'm touching the bowl, where will I get that block? If touching bowl, that's sensing palette. You're sensing something. So in the sensing palette, you have the first block called as a touching mouse pointer. So here, if you open this arrow, you get the list of sprite which you have selected. So right now we are doing program inside the egg sprite. So you will not get the option of if touching egg itself. That is not possible, right? Practically. So here you will get the option called as if touching bowl. What all things should happen? We have to write down inside the if condition. So first, whenever my egg is touching the bowl, I want my score should increase by number 1. So here we will say change, we will say set score to 1, or we will say change score by 1. You are changing something by number 1 continuously. So you have to say change by number. You cannot say set to 1. Set means it's fixed. It's going to set to number 1 every time it is touching the egg. So it will never go 2, 3, 4, 5 like. So you have to use this block called as a change score by one, not my variable. Okay, please change the name over here. Change score by number one. Keeping this code, those who are doing with me, they can see. Okay, see, all these codes are separate. Okay, so don't get confused between this thing. Now whenever it is touching the bowl, your score is changing by one. Now, do you want that egg should be still visible? The falling egg should be still visible? No. As soon as it is touching the bowl, it should look like that the egg is going inside the bowl, right? So what we are going to do, we are going to delete that clone. The clones are falling down, right? Not the sprite. So we can delete that clone after touching the bowl. Now just let's have a look at this quickly. You can see, I'll just keep the bowl. Okay. Now if I touch the egg, can you see the egg is getting deleted from halfway? It's like not going down then. So whatever egg is coming, it should not go down, right? We are making it look like that it is going inside the bowl. Whatever egg we are not collecting, that is going down and it is visible on the bottom side. So for that, what we have to do? Now, if you want to show that broken egg, how will you do it? Let's see. You cannot keep the forever block over here. Egg has to go down at certain level. You cannot keep it forever. So egg clones has to go down till it is touching the bottom edge. But in the program, you don't have any ready-made block for touching bottom edge. You don't have anything like that, so you have to use some logic over here. So what logic we will keep it? I'm keeping this program aside for a moment. Now here I'm going to write down that it has to go down until some position, right? It is going on the y coordinate, so you have to write down till it reaches some y coordinate. So for that we have a block called as a repeat until in the control panel. Repeat some process till some condition. What is the meaning of this block? Repeat some process till you reach some condition, or maybe if it is touching something. But here we don't have any block like touching bottom edge. So what we are going to do, we have to put some logic over here. So in the operators you go, take the block called as a less than block. Keep it over here. Just understand this first, then you do it. I'll give you time. Now what you have to compare, we are comparing the y coordinate because the eggs are falling down. See, the same program, if you are doing it for the left, right, anywhere, somewhere in the future, then you have to compare the x coordinate. But here we are comparing the y coordinate. So here in the motion palette, you have the block called as a y position. Can you see, guys? So y position of the clone, whenever it is going less than minus some number, so I'm keeping it minus 160. Why? I'll explain it. What is the bottom y coordinate? Minus 180. So we don't want it to go till bottom. Just little above, I want to stop movement of the egg, and there I will show my egg is broken. So I'm going to make it fall down only till it reaches the minus less than minus 160 coordinate. So as soon as the y coordinate goes minus 161 or minus 165 or anything, it is going to stop moving further. After it reaches there, that means my egg is already reached the bottom. हम लोगों ने क्या लॉजिक लगाया यहाँ पे कि y पोजीशन जैसे ही माइनस 160 के नीचे गया, इट हैज टू स्टॉप मूवमेंट. दैट मीन्स वो बाउल के अंदर नहीं गया है. वो नीचे तक गया, उसका मतलब क्या? वो बाउल के अंदर नहीं गया. अगर बाउल के अंदर नहीं गया है, उसका मतलब क्या है? एग नीचे गिर गया है. दैट मीन्स एग इज फॉलन डाउन. सो व्हाट शुड हैपन? We have to change the costume. We have to make it look like the egg is broken. So how will you do that? Here in the looks palette, you have a block called as change costume to certain costume of your choice. So here we are going to change costume to costume B. Why costume B? Because if you see over here, costume B is the broken one. So I will say once it is falling down, it should be changing the costume to costume B. And after some time, I want to delete that clone also. I don't want all the eggs to be on the floor. So I'll just wait for 1 second. And after 1 second, you can say delete the clone. Okay. Let's have a look till here. green flag, you can see egg is falling down and converting into the broken egg. Now whatever egg is going inside the bowl, वो नीचे नहीं गिर रहा है, right? That is not converting into the broken egg. So you have to program it in a such a way smartly. A separate code is there for both of them. A broken egg ka code is separate, and the which is collecting inside the bowl, that is also separate code. So this is how you will have to do it. Now if you see my speed is not matching, I'm doing it really slow. I'm not good at playing the games. You might be good at playing the games. So if you feel you want to change something in the code, you can definitely change it as per your requirement. You can make the bowl go faster, or else you can make the eggs fall slowly. Here we have wait for 1 second. You can keep it 2 second, 1.5 second, 1.2 second, whatever you want. Here, instead of fix 1 second, can you put variations? Like sometimes egg might come after 1 second, sometimes it might come after 2 second. Yes, you can keep it, right? So you should be keeping the range for that. So I am saying pick up any time between 1 to 3 second, or maybe I can say 0.5 second to 3 second. I'm giving this range. Wait for either 0.5 second, either 0.9 second, 1 second, 1.5 second, any time between 0.5 to 3 second. So this is variations we are giving. Egg will not come exactly after every 3 second. Okay, it's not every after 1 second. We are giving variations. Also notice the score at the end. Last score was 11. Right now if I restart, my score should restart also. You can see the score is restarting. That's correct. So you can see now my egg speed is different. It's not predictable, right? It's coming after every random timing because we have put random time over here. Also the falling egg speed, if you want to change, right now egg is falling at certain speed, that is 10 we have given. If you want to keep it slow, fast, you can change this. Right now if I keep it -7, you can see it will fall little slow. -7 is slow. So if you want to do it, you can change it as per your requirement. Everyone clear till here? Any doubt, anyone? I'll keep the screen like this. Those who are noting it down, you can note it down. Children, those who are doing in the computer lab, they can do it. I'm keeping the code 1 second. I'll keep it for you in front of you so everyone can copy. Okay, these are separate codes, so don't get confused. Okay, my code is visible to everyone. Those who are doing it, please note it down. Try to understand. कुछ भी आपको नहीं समझा, कोई भी ब्लॉक नहीं समझा, you can ask in any language, English, Hindi, however you are comfortable. Please, I'll explain you. Don't go home with the question mark in your mind. I want you to enjoy it and understand it. Okay, it is not something difficult, that mathematics, science, or any other, you don't have to ratify also. You just do as per whatever you want. Okay, it's quite easy. It's very simple. Kuch nahi samjha, you can ask me. Those who are noting it down, just waiting for 2 minutes, you can just note down quickly. This is the program for the egg sprite. Okay, why I have used the header when green flag is click, why here I have used the header when I start as clone, ये सब आपको समझा पक्का? किसी को कुछ डाउट है तो पूछो. रिपीट अंटिल ब्लॉक समझा आपको सबको? रिपीट अंटिल का मतलब क्या होता है? यू आर रिपीटिंग समथिंग till some condition is satisfied. So whatever condition you write down here in the hexagon shape, जो भी कंडीशन है वो तब तक रिपीट करेगा. as soon as this condition is true, मतलब वो जैसे वो कंडीशन पे पहुंच गया, तो इसके अंदर आपने जो भी लिखा है वो रुक जाएगा और प्रोग्राम आगे चले जाएगा. अंडरस्टूड? Waiting for 1 or 2 minutes, you can note it down. इसके अंदर आप और वेरिएशंस भी कर सकते हो. यू कैन चेंज द कलर इन बिटवीन, you can add a music also in between. So whenever the egg is falling down, if you want to add a music like pop sound or something, you can do it. See here in the sound block, you go play sound pop, until done you can add, or maybe you can put only one single play sound because you just want to play once whenever the egg is falling down. So just have a look. I hope you can hear the sound. Whenever it is falling down it is making noise. जब वो बाउल के अंदर जा रहा है तभी हम लोगों ने प्रोग्राम नहीं किया है. ओके, कैन यू हियर द पॉप साउंड? So this is how you can make a games of your choice. You can do many more things, variations, different direction you can give. You can take different sprites. You can program it however you want, and it's very easy. Blocks hai hamare paas. You don't have to type any syntax. Okay, but the logic remains same for all the programming language. आपने अगर कोई भी सीखा है दूसरा programming language, the logic remains the same. Any doubt, anyone? आपको नोट डाउन करना है तो कर लो नोट डाउन. लास्ट 2 minutes लेफ्ट फॉर द क्लास. और इसको सेव कैसे करते हैं, इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग. गो टू फाइल एवरीवन. इफ यू वांट टू सेव द प्रोजेक्ट, गो टू फाइल, सेव टू योर कंप्यूटर. इसके ऊपर क्लिक करोगे आपको ऑप्शन आएगा, एक विंडो ओपन होगा. कैन यू ऑल सी माय स्क्रीन? This is the desktop. You can select where do you want to save it. So you can ask your teacher, those who are in the computer lab, they can ask teacher that where you want to save the project. You can select the desktop, create your folder if you want, and write down the name of the project. So here you can write down egg bowl game or collect the egg game. The topic is actually collect the egg game. So collect the egg. This is the game you have made. Collect the eggs. Save project. Once you are done saving, then you can close it easily. Next time you can reopen it. First you need to open the Scratch software. Then you have to go to File and then you can say load from your computer. So आपने जहाँ पे भी save किया है वो computer में, you can select that location and from there you can open it. But yes, first you need to open the Scratch software. You cannot directly click on that collect the egg game project. Clear everyone till here? Any doubt, anyone? Please note it down. Last 1 minute left. Save those who have not saved it. Okay, are we done? Clear everyone? So we are done with the small project, collect the egg game. I've stopped my screen sharing, save the project. I hope you all enjoyed it and understood something. So next class, see you next class. Keep your Scratch software ready when you join the class. Okay, everyone? Thank you. Thank you, children. Yes, sir. Amit, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Hello?
Amit, sir, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.